best way to put it.
Well, there's an old saying that says, when you're in a hole, stop digging. But it seems like the leadership continues to look for the biggest shovel to continue to dig, making the
Yeah.
hole deeper. And it seems like there's no rational or sound thinking in the whole of Washington, because one would think if you continue to fail at a certain thing, and you continue to see bad ramifications of that, you would adjust your policy just a little bit. But it seems like
Yeah.
they have tunnel vision, whether it's domestic politics with Donald Trump, or whether it's trying to contain Russia or China or Iran or Venezuela. And what I want to pose to you is this: do they see what everybody else see, or are they just so inebriated on what America used to be, and and the policy, and the policy and the power that she used to
Yeah.
that she used
Yeah.
to
No, I
this is a spam call. I'm sorry. I was trying to
that's all right.
swipe that away. But yeah, those spam. Maybe it's the people in Washington D.C. mad at me or something. But
Yeah, they're
do
mad
they
at truth tellers. They're mad at truth tellers, brother.
do they sit down and do they think about um, what everybody is saying? Because it seems like they're ignoring not only rational and sound guidance from their own domestic public, but it seems like they are hell bent on pushing through their policies at the expense of the American public and the world at large, and are looking like they're ready to risk World War III to push their policies.
Yeah, just on the phone before coming on your show with a buddy of mine, retired CIA officer. He was served overseas in the variety. He was a case officer and a senior manager with the CIA, and he's now retired, but continues to work with the U.S. military and scripting exercises, and still has access to intelligence. And he was telling me it was what he's seeing is shocking, because there is such what the intelligence is being the intelligence that's being presented to senior leaders in the military and the political side, the Biden White House, uh, is completely misleading, and it's reflecting a groupthink. And from an analytical standpoint, you're not getting any alternative views. So everybody has decided that they're presenting the world as filled with candy canes and unicorns, and that the unicorns eat gold coins, and that this is true in reality, and that's literally sort of the message that's being presented. There's no stepping back to try to put all of this in any kind of strategic context. Number one, but number two, and let me just give you an example. The intelligence is reporting that the Russians are suffering massive casualties, massive, more so than the Ukrainians. Okay, except there's one problem with that. Ukrainian sources admit the Russians are firing between 6 and 10 times the number of artillery rounds that the Ukrainians are. So it's a 6-to-1 advantage. Let's put it in simpler terms. I'm going to give you 6 bullets to put into a gun. I'm going to go back 30 yards and I'm going to have 60 bullets. Who's got the best chance of hitting somebody, huh? Yeah, I'll put my money on me. So, how in the world can Ukraine be inflicting more casualties when Russia's firing far more artillery shells at them? And this is but one example. Instead of dealing with the reality, they keep on with the happy talk. So it is genuine deception. Now, I saw a fascinating History Channel video last night. Uh, it was about that little fellow, that corporal from Germany, who went on to cause a big problem in 1939, 1940, 41. And his girlfriend, mistress, Eva Braun, had shot all these home movies, but they're all silent. Well, they developed the technology now that you can actually read the lips and find out what they were saying. And they did an experiment where they filmed with the same camera somebody today, and they took down a transcript of what he was saying, but they did not give it to the operator of this technology. He had to figure it out himself, and lo and behold, it matched up exactly. So what you find out of this conversation, when this little corporal was talking, at one point, instead of the screaming and everything that he did in public, he was talking rationally and normally. And in private, he was at least admitting, yeah, man, those Soviets, they're really good. They're creating some real problems for us. He was saying the kind of stuff that he'd never say in public. So you got to hold out some hope that, not Biden. I mean, Biden doesn't even know where he is most of the time. But you have to hope that people like Blinken or Newland or Jake Sullivan in private are saying something sane, because what they're saying in public is totally insane. It's crazy.